All right, here we go. Toe to toe, episode 63.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Toe to Toe. What's up, Jay Mert?
Hey, Monica.
How are you doing today?
I'm super. How are you?
I'm good. All right, guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of Toe to Toe. Today, Jen and I are going to duke it out over this question. Do you always do a final walkthrough? What I mean by that is you're getting ready to close tomorrow. You meet your client over at the house and walk through it either hours before the closing or a day or two before closing. Do you always do a final walkthrough? Jen, what say you?
No. I know. Everybody's going to be like, ah! I don't care. No, it's my answer.
All right. Why not?
Why do you always have to do one? You don't always have to do one. If the house is vacant, let me just bring it down a notch. Okay. Nope, I can't. Sorry. So if the house is vacant, you saw it when it was vacant, you didn't see it that long ago, then you went back and did your inspection. You went back and maybe measured. Like, you don't need to freaking see it again. They didn't take anything. That final walkthrough is like, were repairs completed? But what if you had no repairs? What if it was like as is?
Jen.
Monica.
Clearly this has never happened to you, therefore you have not had the joy of this. Have you ever seen a flood in the basement 2 days before closing, or a downed tree through the roof the day before closing, or a smashed window, or any number of things that can happen the day before closing?
No.
Come on.
I mean, I've seen all that stuff, but
listen.
Not.
Okay, so clearly here's where I come down on it. Absolutely, you need to do that. You are about to actually purchase the property. Your clients are about to actually purchase the property.
Then if that's the whole reason why they would do that, then you should do that on your way to closing. The day before, you still have the same problem.
Yeah, well, you certainly shorten it from inspection to closing. I mean, at least the day before is closed. But yeah, I often do it in the morning. But I think you got to put your eyes on the house right before you buy it.
I think it depends on the buyer, what they're buying it for. I don't think you always have to do anything.
So you're saying if it's a rehabber and they're totally going to gut the place,
it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter.
And especially if they've like been back there like for a couple of times, maybe they were like getting bid from their guys, or maybe they were like whatever. If you've been back a few times, my idea of what the final walkthrough is for, yes, exactly what everything you're saying, but then also a lot of times is to check to make sure those repairs are like completed. But a lot of times the buyers have already been back to like measure, which maybe that's another podcast, but why the hell do they measure? They don't ever use that for anything.
We need to go measure.
It's so stupid.
Are you putting carpet in? No, we just want to measure.
I know. Like, what are you measuring? It's not, bring your furniture. Like, it'll either fit or not fit. You're not going to.
Right.
Anyway.
Jen, I'm very, very, very surprised at this with you. I truly am, because you do such a great job for your clients. But the fact that you don't encourage them to put their eyes on it the day before closing or the day of closing, I think you're missing.
It's not that I don't encourage it, but I don't say that the question is should you always do a walkthrough? And I don't think you necessarily always have to.
So you're just allowing for a couple of exclusions.
Yeah.
Low end.
I think if you have a buyer who's like nervous, and the last time that they did go in was inspections, and say that was like a few weeks ago, yeah, I mean, sure, that makes sense, right? Like, go.
Do you do them for your traditional? Now, you don't deal with buyers, which is
I don't really deal with buyers a lot, and this is part of the reason why. Oh right. My God, it's so annoying.
I can guarantee Alan walks through your business partner walks through the houses with his clients. I can guarantee it. Tell me, Alan, shout out right now if you do the right thing.
I don't know. I think, yeah, it's a pretty hard, like, if you're an investor, like, there's really no, like, on the ones that I buy, I don't walk back through them.
Jen, you're spending a lot of money. I mean, don't you want to have total confidence when you're signing that piece of paper?
I mean, if there's been a storm and a tree may have fallen down, sure, drive by it. Or like if it's major storm and you're worried about the basement, sure. But if everything's like been copacetic, like you're good to go.
Somebody broke in and stole all the copper out of it. No problem. You just, what? Buyer has to pay for that, or buyer's insurance covers that, or
No,
lawsuit,
it
or
hasn't
what?
happened.
It hasn't.
Mm-mm.
Could it?
Oh, sure. They could steal it at any time.
Yeah.
But I don't think going the day before, they could also steal it. They could steal it while you were at closing.
Right.
I mean, they could steal at any time. I don't think you can mitigate against everything.
You know what? You're right. And I'm going to start hiring armed guards for my clients. And I'm going to put them at the street and the back corners of the property.
You should do that.
I'm going to fully protect my buyers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that in a lot of cases, it's a very good idea, but I think that there's a handful of cases where it makes no difference.
Well, okay then.
Shall we return?
Let's do it.
All right. We're going
right.
to take a short break here. A word from our sponsor. When we return, we're going to have the final punches.
Welcome back. Now, Jen, before we ring the bell for our final round on this very short podcast, because clearly there's just a yes answer here. Did you talk to anybody else? How do they feel? What did we do?
Well, I mean, obviously everybody agreed with you.
What is it like for you in this scenario?
I actually kind of like it when people don't agree with me.
All right, good. But in all seriousness, most agents do the final walkthrough, correct?
Correct. That's what they said. And we got our tiebreaker at the end, which I feel like you already know how that's going to turn out.
Clearly. I don't even know, like, do we actually need final rounds? I mean,
well, let's think. I guess maybe it's like, when is the best time to do the final walkthrough? I would say it depends on why you're doing it. If there's like a lot of repairs, then I would do it a few days before, because if something's missed, that gives you some time.
Yeah.
If there's not a lot of repairs, or you won't be able to see them even if they were finished, then I would get your receipts and make sure that all your receipts look right. And you can go on your way to make sure that the toilets are still there. Apparently trees falling on houses all the time didn't happen, and basements flooding and all this craziness.
Well, here's the thing. You're right. Very rare occasion. The last thing I want as an agent with the responsibility of protecting their investment and money is the one time that happens, it's because I sounded like I was from Michigan there. The one time that happens is because I neglected to encourage them to do a walkthrough, or they said it was no big deal and I went along with it. I'm just always trying to run offense on that. You're right. 9 times out of 10, there's nothing to see here.
Well, and if you're gonna, I don't know. I wonder how you could combine some of these trips. Like if they want to measure and they want to do a walkthrough, could that be done at the same time? They probably want to measure earlier, because they always say, like, I want to see what I'm going to take with me, which makes me insane. You're going to take all your shit. Let me tell you, that's what you're taking. And if you don't like it, don't take it. If you like it, bring it. That's it.
It'll fit or it won't. You put it out in the front yard.
It's fine. Somebody else will take it.
All right. I think that's going to need to be the end of today's very simple battle, which is do your walkthroughs.
Oh, Lord. Fine. You can have it.
Is there a person out there that agrees with Jen? Please raise your hand, go to our page, go to our Toe to Toe Podcast Facebook page, and let us know that you are the one person that agrees with Jen on this.
Team
Mertland. All right. What else, Jen?
I think that's it.
What else should they know?
That's all they should know.
Okay.
All right.
Sharon, you're gonna have to
actually, wait. Yeah. If you do like it,
go ahead.
What's that?
I'm having Sharon edit this part out. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Sharon. Well, if you do like this podcast, please like and subscribe. And if you have a comment, please give us a 5-star rating and a comment, because that definitely helps us. If you do have any ideas you want us to battle about, certainly send us a message. If you have questions about EXP or want to hear more about it, feel free to give me a call at 513-400-1691. All right, Monica. Hey, thanks a lot. I'm glad you finally won. Jeez, eye roll.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.